breaking down all 30 things you missed from Survivor Season 47, Episode 3. We're talking all things Asia fumbling hard, Rome giving main character energy, an unfair Survivor journey, a fancy new Survivor puzzle, and much more. Careful for any spoilers if you haven't seen this episode of Survivor yet, and make sure to stick around as we announce last week's giveaway winner. If you want to enter next week's puzzle giveaway, make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and comment down below your super early winner pick this season. Let's get started with number 30, previously on Survivor. Shit. We all know what happened at Tribal Council. We will talk about it at the very end of the video, but going into this episode, we knew Rome is crazy with a one tribal idol, Asia was building an army, Sam finds the one tribal idol, Gabe burns his idol, and TK was voted out. Number 29, blue after tribal. You always need to pay attention after Tribal Council who gets the credit for the move and who gets the most personal content. That's the person that tends to have the highest chances of winning the game later on. As we throw back to last season with 5 people going home with hidden immunity idols. We are only in episode 3 and things are so much different with Survivor 47. Number 28, Kyle in rough shape. Look, in this game, especially what happens to Kyle later in the video, Kyle is in one of the worst spots in the game right now. He was obviously blindsided the most last episode, but to make it even worse, we have this. Number 27, Caroline and Sue. In my mind, Caroline and Sue are the power players on this tribe, which puts Kyle in a rough spot because he voted for Sue last episode and Sue isn't forgiving him for that.
I totally know how to handle guys like that. If we go to another tribal council, I am gonna get revenge.
Number 26, theme song. We talked about it last week. I promise I won't talk about it every single week this season, but I just wanted to shout it out one more time. To this day, it still fires me up hearing that Survivor music, and if you're a Survivor superfan, you probably feel the same way. Number 25, superfans. You're a Survivor superfan, I'm a Survivor superfan. I created Idol Plays for Survivor superfans. The Idol Plays Survivor 47 drop has been off to an amazing start, and I need to say thank you for all the support. To celebrate, we're going to give the first 10 people that use the code CRATE25 25% off the crate puzzle. This puzzle has been seen twice in Survivor history, with the Survivor Season 43 marooning and the Survivor Season 46 journey challenge.
You must assemble these 9 blocks inside the frame to form a cube.
If you are successful, you'll earn an advantage.
This puzzle is improved with a sleek new design and is available in orange, purple, and green colors. So if you're interested in checking out Idol Plays or you just want to help support me in making these videos, please consider going to idolplays.com and checking out the puzzles.
You're given all these different shapes of blocks to form a perfect cube.
You know, I practice a lot of Survivor puzzles at home, but in person, these puzzles are
And remember, the first 10 people to use the code CRATE25 get 25% off the crate puzzle. Number 24, sleeping on Survivor. The little camp life moments like this make me appreciate 90-minute episodes so much. In your typical 60-minute episode, there's just no way we hear Rachel complain about her back and sleeping on bamboo, which low-key scares me if I ever get the chance to play Survivor because I have a really rough back as well. Lesson to future Survivor players: learn how to build a good shelter on day 1. Number 23, vibes on yellow. I don't fully believe this is the vibe tribe, whatever that means, of Survivor 47. Apparently the first week of Survivor, this yellow tribe has been vibing and not surviving. I fully get where Sam is coming from. If they have the fishing gear, they should 100% be using it. But it seems like Annika is bossing Sam around, which is driving him nuts, giving Andy a chance to sneak his way in. Ooh.
We've been sawing it. That's been more successful.
Number 22, Red on day 6. Rome is acting like a Tony-esque Survivor player with how extreme he is about everything. It's things like asking what the record is for most fish caught on Survivor. I understand Tony in Cagayan was a unicorn, but that guy was so extreme and over the top, and he actually went out and won the game. The chances are so low, but I'm all in on a Rome Survivor win, if it's even possible. But Rome, if you're watching this video, I have a good feeling you are watching this video. You need to learn how to catch bigger fish. Number 21, Alliances on Red. Rome has the most power currently with having the single-use idol, but at this point in the episode, he's still not in the best position on the tribe. That's going to change a little bit later on. Teeny is the best ingrained socially and realizes with Rome's huge personality, it's probably best to keep quiet, especially when this dude is doing stupid things like not sharing the fish.
We only got the smallest bite. I'm literally like,
Number 20, Genevieve playing Survivor. I apologize in advance if I'm saying Genevieve's name wrong. Round of applause, Genevieve, for getting screen time in this episode of Survivor, as unfortunately I have a really good feeling she's gonna be the purple player this season with not much screen time. Number 19, Food on Survivor. Day 6 is still that awkward adjustment period on Survivor where the players are still craving food so much. As this yellow tribe is listing off food, and obviously Sam needs to get out more, it blew my mind that he's never had watermelon and pineapple. Honestly, I could see it as a decent idea strategically to be viewed as naive or inexperienced if you haven't tried these foods. Number 18, Andy on yellow. We need to remember that in episode 1, I was really pissed off that Andy actually survived the tribal council. By now in episode 3, in surviving this episode, he is starting to work his way back into the tribe, realizing that the duos are Rachel and Annika and Sam and Sierra, putting himself in the middle. So the best thing Andy could do would be to work in with one of the duos and form a majority, which is exactly what he does with Sam and Sierra. Putting the cherry on top, it was such a smart move by Andy for using the shot in the dark as a bargaining chip to make sure that Sierra trusts him.
Hear me out. Is it crazy if I play it on Andy?
Number 17, Kyle the Survivor. I would have never known that it's either bamboo, piece of wood, some nuts, that you can find this in Fiji on Survivor. As Gabe is talking with Kyle about forming an alliance in the game, basically Gabe wants to bring in Kyle with Caroline and Sue to vote out Tiana. But this doesn't fly at all with Kyle. I don't think it's that much of a hot take, but I believe it was a terrible move for Kyle to go to Sue with this plan about Gabe. I'm not even going to talk about it. Sue said it best.
Kyle is at the bottom and he's desperate to save his life.
Number 16, Mystery Boat. Survivor producers, you were so close to having a perfect episode, but you had to ruin it here. As a boat arrives at all 3 camps for a journey, blue draws straws with Kyle, yellow has Annika volunteer, and red does rock, paper, scissors with Rome winning. I have a lot of opinions on this, and I feel completely different about journeys when you're forced to play. Lesson to future Survivor players, I think it's in your best interest to never go on the journey. The risk is just way too high of losing your vote, and you look untrustworthy to your tribe no matter what. Number 15, Journey Time. Once we get to the game or the decision of the journey, we'll talk about why I hate it so much. As Rome, Kyle, and Annika do the handshake first impressions thing, not gonna lie, I was kind of cringing a little bit listening to Rome freak out about TK being voted out. We need to remember, Kyle's number 1 ally was literally TK. And at the end of the day, I think both Annika and Rome both mess up here. Annika messes up and highlights Sam and Sierra are a power duo in the game, and Rome explains that Soul and Asia are in power. Number 14, Adventure Time. Not only does Survivor repeat puzzles, but they also repeat journeys as well, as this journey was seen in Survivor 44. Basically, everyone has a path. There's a bag containing 3 packages. One of the packages packages is an advantage, and 2 of the packages is lose your vote. If you draw lose your vote first, you can pick another package. The dumb part about this is there's no choice. You have to pick a bag leading into number 13, picking the bag. We saw this exact same journey in Survivor 44, and I was just as pissed then about the players being forced to play. All the players should have a choice if they want to risk their vote or not. But I'm sure Jeff Probst's thinking is that it's your choice to volunteer for the journey or not. Obviously, all the players are forced to grab a bag. We have Kyle losing his vote and not playing again, Annika losing her vote and not playing again, and Rome, being the lucky guy he is, grabs the steal a vote advantage.
If I can make the last 20 days anything like these first 6, you're looking at a Survivor winner right here, baby.
Number 12, losing your vote. This is a double negative. 2 awful decisions by the Survivor producers and an overall pretty amazing episode. Listen up, the players should always be given a choice if they want to play or not. And it makes for anticlimactic tribal councils when players lose their votes. Annika believes that she's in a good spot on her tribe with Andy being the easy vote, so it makes the most sense not to play again. But Kyle fumbles this so bad. He's already on the bottom of his tribe and having no power, so he really should have drawn again to try and get the advantage. Number 11, the players return. Here we go for the spicy drama. Will the players that are returning to camp, will they tell the truth or will they tell a lie? Even if they tell the truth, most of the time the tribe is going to think they're lying anyway. Hilarious, the major talking point on all 3 tribes was whether or not Sam and Sierra are a couple. They're not. We had Kyle tell the truth, Annika lie and say she didn't play to Andy, but tells the truth to everyone else, and Rome, who lies to Saul and Asia, but tells the truth to Kashawn, Teeny, and Genevieve. Number 10, challenge time. Bring in the boat says we have a classic new era challenge with some balance beams. As the players jump off a tall tower, climb some crates, get back into the water, grab a key, cross a balance beam, and solve a puzzle. I liked the twist of some of the players running in pairs during the challenge, as we also had reward in the form of Survivor luxury with hammocks and tarps. Number 9, this would be fun. Jeff brings up how when you're watching at home, the challenges always look so much fun, but it's different when you're out there. I need to say, please subscribe to the channel to help increase my chances to experience challenges like this on Survivor. If you aren't subscribed yet, please do so and help me pass my rival Russell Hance in subscribers. The most exciting part of this is once we hit 10,000 subscribers, I'll be making a dedicated video interviewing my arch nemesis Russell Hance. Number 8, the challenge. Pretty funny seeing the pre-challenge chats as Blue and Yellow communicating so well together, but Rome is being the bossy guy on the Red tribe. This might be important for later on in the season, but Kyle was dominating the challenge and Andy was struggling a whole bunch. And you gotta love moments like this on Survivor with Kashawn just learning how to swim and crushing the challenge. I'm not gonna lie, I was a huge fan of this puzzle and we might see it with idle plays in the near future, as Yellow comes in first and Blue comes in second. Number 7, Red after losing. Make no mistake about it, this Red tribe is feeling super sad but also confused that they lost. This is the first time in Survivor history where in a 3-tribe season, the first 3 players all came from different tribes. Of course, it was impressive that Soul guessed correctly that Rome is lying about losing his vote, and it was great to hear Kashawn give a callback to Q from last season.
Just so we don't have a Q moment. Does anyone want to go home?
I just ate about 23 slices of pizza.
Number 6, alliances on Red. They are a great narrator, so Teeny says it best. The fact that Rome wants to work with Teeny, his closest ally is Genevieve, and their closest ally is Kashawn, means there's no choice. It's either gonna be Asia or Soul voted out. This whole Asia situation makes me so sad, and we will talk about it when we get to Tribal Council. But I said it during our episode 1 recap. With her being a podcaster for Rob Has a Podcast, I was visioning my game like hers. survivors. Number 5, Asia and Teeny. When it comes to the social game, Teeny has all the connections. And the fact that they try to save Asia, it's just Asia wasn't listening, was so hard to watch. Even when we look at the very next scene, Teeny was almost able to convince Rome to vote out Soul. Number 4, Soul and Rome. Again, I'm 100% convinced that Soul does not believe Rome at all, especially when Soul calls Rome out on his bluff and Rome starts to mix up his words. Ultimately, Rome's all about the big moves in Survivor, but this was a rough move to go to Soul about voting out Asia because Soul and Asia are a tight duo. The producers might be winking at us, the audience, with foreshadowing a Rome win with this confessional.
Is one of the best Survivor players ever.
Number 3, Asia fumbles hard. I'm not saying I'm Asia's biggest fan out there, but 100% I'm one of Asia's biggest fans. I will be the first to say she completely chokes here. This was the turning point right here where Asia actually could have survived the tribal council if she just let the move happen. But she screws herself by refusing to work with Teeny and Kashawn to vote out Soul. Number 2, tribal council. Round of applause to the cast of Survivor 47. These first 3 tribal councils have been so fun to watch. It's been so refreshing to have tribal councils not filled with metaphors all the time. Of course it was not needed, but Rome plays his one tribal council hidden immunity idol as he was super extra, lying to everyone, saying he got it at the journey, leading into number 1, Asia voted out. It was so great to see Asia voted out without a smile on her face and calling out Kashawn and Teeny in the process. Anyways, congratulations Logan, you're this week's puzzle giveaway winner. I'll announce a new winner next week and click right here to go check out the crate puzzle.